Hi, I'm John from Just Whiskey. Today, we're going to be talking about just tequila. Is that ringing a bell? There we go. If you like today's show, please give it a thumbs up, like, and subscribe. And consider becoming a Patreon or Patreon with the link in the description below. Today, we are going to be reviewing and comparing the Clase, and if I butcher these names, I'm more of a Scotch guy, so pardon me. Clase Azul Reposado, in this beautiful ceramic vase slash decanter with its unique little bell sounding on top. And we have Don Julio 1942 tequila. Both are ultra premium. How do I know that? Because they say it on the bottle. It's ultra premium. They both retail for about the same price, between $150 and $160 in the US. They are both 40% ABV, and they are both double distilled. They are both fermented for 72 hours. So they have a lot in common, and we're going to find out which one is better, in my humble opinion. Before we get into that, a quick shout out to my daughter that has a brand new YouTube channel about cats. She loves cats, and it's called Kitty World. So if you go on YouTube, search for Kitty World, and you'll see her home videos of her cats. And then also too, totally unrelated, but in the United States, it is now legal for U.S. retailers to import and sell 700 milliliter bottles. This is I picked this up at Town Wine and Spirits in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, and it's by Douglas Lang, and it's called Double Barrel. It's a blend, and it's in 700 milliliter bottle, 46% ABV, and it's a mix of two single malts, one from Islay and one from the Highlands. I have not opened it yet, but it will be reviewed sometime in the near future. All right. And remember, folks, it's just whiskey, but for today, it's just tequila. All right. So, Clase Azul Reposado, ultra premium. It is made from organic Weber blue agave, and it is certified kosher certified, which you can see right there. Kosher certified, if that makes a difference to you. What a beautiful bottle. Beautiful bottle. Both are made and aged and distilled in Mexico. And I've seen these empty decanters at a local thrift shops. Just the empty decanters selling for $50. So maybe something to consider when you're making your purchase. I am sober, by the way. You ask, John, you're a Scotch drinker, a little bit of bourbon, a little bit of Irish. Why are you drinking tequila? Well, if you come to Cape Cod in Falmouth, Massachusetts, downtown Falmouth, Massachusetts, in my opinion, has one of the most authentic year-round Cape Cod scenic downtowns. Really, really nice. And downtown Falmouth is a restaurant called Anejo. It's a high quality, upscale Mexican international style, and they have a huge selection of tequilas there. And again, I'm not a tequila expert, and these certainly are, ultra premium. You can just tell by the packaging in the bottle, a lot of flash. I'm sure there are dozens and hundreds of maybe higher quality tequilas or whatever. But the tourist in me, the consumer in me, when I go to Anejo, I said, what do you recommend? What's the best top shelf you have? And years ago, I was had told about the Don Julio, 1942, and then upon a more recent visit, I was told about this guy right here. And again, they both retail for about $150, $160, both 40%, both double distilled. All right, we're going to get into the nosing and tasting. The only real difference is the age. This Clase Azul Reposado is only aged for 8 months, and the Don Julio 1942 is matured for 2.5 years. The Clase Azul is slow cooked in traditional stone ovens for a minimum of 72 hours, as is the Don Julio. The Clase is fermented with a proprietary yeast, distilled, and then aged for 8 months in American whiskey barrels. All right. On the nose with the Clase. Immediately out of the gate, you're smelling what a margarita smells like. A high quality margarita. Immediately you're smelling sweet lime and salt. And it smells exactly like a high-end margarita. On the palate, it's sweet. Again, that lime. It really is like drinking a margarita. It's a bit syrupy, mouth coating. It's both at 40% ABV. Both are soft and delicate, ultra premium, ultra smooth, ultra accessible. Both of these are dangerously drinkable. Panty droppers for sure. The finish on this, on the Clase, is medium, a soft medium finish. All right, Don Julio. On the nose with the Don Julio, I think because it's been aged for 2.5 years, you're getting the vanillas. I'm not getting the lime. You're getting vanillas and that gauze pad. That's all. When you used to go to a dentist and they pull a tooth and they put gauze pads. That's what tequila reminds me of, is gauze pads. So you're smelling, I think that gauze pad is probably more of the roasted agave, but vanilla is on the forefront with this. I'm not getting, the lime and the citrus and the salt that I am over here. So on the nose, vanilla, gauze pads, inviting as well. In the palate, slightly sweet. Not nearly as sweet and syrupy as the Clase Azul. It's in my opinion, the Don Julio is a little less complex. In my opinion, both of these probably could benefit from, a 43% ABV or 46% ABV, but they're not. The palate on this is more delicate, in my opinion. Soft, slight sweetness, and the finish is a soft, medium finish. So all the stats are very similar to these, except that the Don Julio is aged 3 times longer in, I believe, oak barrels. They don't really specify too much on that. I have no idea if there's any kind of, added flavorings or cash treatments that go with these. I did email Clase Azul, but I think there was a bit of a language barrier, and they did respond to my email, but basically it was more like a patronizing kind of email in a good way. Thank you for contacting us and hope you're enjoying our product kind of a thing, but they didn't really address my questions per se. All right, so the major differences right out of the gate, you have the bottle and the bell, and this smells like a margarita, more limey, citrusy, whereas the Don Julio, more vanilla. All right, which one is my favorite? How would I rate these? Again, I have very limited experience with tequilas, but I did buy each of these because I enjoyed the hell out of them. For me, hands down, it's this. It's the Clase Azul Reposado. Again, it's like drinking a margarita that they just poured in here. So I would pick this over Don Julio, but they're both equally quality-wise drinkable and delicious. I think anybody, even if people that never had tequila, if all they remember is, the rot gut from when we were kids or whatever, this would be a delightful surprise, a delightful departure. How would if I had to give it a score, the Azul Clase, I would give this, for my enjoyment, all day long, a 90 or a 91. What would I score the Don Julio? I'm going to give this an 88 to an 89. And again, that's just for my enjoyment level. Would I buy another bottle of the 1942? Probably not, only because I have way too much other stuff to drink. But if and when, this runs out, I'd be more apt to replace it. And it's just a super cool, kick-ass. And my understanding is, each one of these, it's a work of art. They're all hand painted, so no two of these ceramic decanters are alike. So they're like a work of art, and they actually, I don't know if there's initials on the bottom. I'm assuming that might be who painted these. So, for the same price, for my palate, I would go with the Clase Azul. All right. Well, thank you very much. If you liked today's show, give it a thumbs up, like, and subscribe. Speaking of subscribers, thanks for all the new subscribers coming on board. And remember, it's just whiskey, folks. And if you hung around to the end of this video, very important thing that I did. My channel used to be called John Andre, but now, it's just whiskey. And so it's officially, I changed it. So it's on YouTube. If you're searching for it, you search for just whiskey. When I first set up the channel, for some reason, I wasn't, I typed in John Andre and I couldn't figure out, didn't have the patience how to change it. I half-assed tried to change it a couple times throughout the year, and it didn't happen. But I was just going through it, and one click, and I was able to change it to Just Whiskey. So my name is John Andre, but the show is called Just Whiskey. All right, so that's it. Hats off to you all, and take care, folks.